Right then, so you want to quit your 9 to 5, but your main concern is money. Don't worry, I understand. I've been in that situation, and in this video, I'm going to be discussing 5 tips on how to build a financial cushion and get yourself out of this 9 to 5. Yes, people, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. If you don't know, my name's Cameron, and I'm an ex-firefighter. I used to be in the fire service, but I quit my job probably about 6 months ago now. And if you're like me, you're probably a younger version of me, or if not younger, you're someone who's in a similar position to me, who was in my position maybe 1-2 years ago. I'm quite happy to say that I've officially kind of escaped the rat race as such, and now just live life on my own terms. I don't need a job to survive at the moment. I say at the moment because you never know what's going to happen in the future. I'm always grateful for what I've got, but I've made connections, I've got skills, I've learned skills, I've educated myself, and now I'm pretty comfortable that I don't need to ever work a job again in my life. And that's not me saying that I've got £1 million in the bank or anything like that, because it's far from it, trust me. I just kind of, I've learned skills, and like I've just said, I know what to do in certain situations. I know I've got my network now, like I'm kind of sorted as such. Don't get me wrong, I'm not living like a millionaire, I'm not doing anything extravagant. If anything, I'm living very less and like more on the opposite side of being a millionaire. But in due time, man, in due time, hopefully it will come. But I'm just documenting my kind of journey as such on YouTube, and on the way I'm going to give you guys advice, tips, tricks on things that helped me when I was in my 9 to 5, and kind of, especially in this video, talking about money and my financial situation, because it's a lot of people's concerns, and I understand because I've been in that situation. I've been where you are right now. Trust me, if you're watching this video, I've been where you are right now. If you listen to me, if you take my advice, if you follow my steps, which I advise, then I'm pretty confident that you'll get yourself out of this situation and be like me, I suppose, like live life on your own terms. Don't have a boss and kind of dictate how you want your future to go, which is what I think everybody should be able to do. Now, the topic of money then, like let's talk about money, because it is what makes the world go around when you deep it. Like people say, I don't need money to be happy, blah, blah, blah. But I bet if I gave you £200,000, you'd be a lot more happier than not having the £200,000. You know what I mean? I understand what people say. It's not just about money and stuff. Happiness kind of overrules that, which in some aspects I agree with. But money does make the world go round. So if you're watching this video now, you yourself, you probably don't have a lot of money if you're honest with yourself, because if you did, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in now in your job, and you wouldn't be probably watching this video on how to improve your money situation. So you're probably a bit like me, how I used to be. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I have a lot of money now, but I'm definitely a lot better off than what I was 2 years ago anyway, just because a lot of things, I'll talk about it later in the video, but it's a lot of it's your mindset and doing things today which are going to benefit you further down the line. It's all about daily habits. It's all about implementing things now and delaying gratification. Now, you probably want money, you probably need money to escape the rat race. You probably need money because you want to live life on your own terms. Maybe you're interested in photography, maybe you're interested in traveling, and you want money to do these things, which I don't blame you for, because I almost always say to everybody, if you haven't got a passion, do what you're interested in. We've all got interest, we're all interested in something. What I say to a lot of people is, if you have 30 days, if you had a month to do whatever you wanted to do, money wasn't a problem, what would you do? And that's more than likely your interest. Whether that means you'll go fishing for a month, whether that means you'll go and walk mountains for a month, it doesn't really matter what it is you're doing that month. But if money was an option, the thing you do in that month is probably going to be your interest. So without further ado, let's get into the 5 tips that you're going to need to build your financial situation. First things first, it's quite simple. It's probably what you've been told by loads of people, is create a budget, man. Like, just create a simple budget. Work out your outgoings, work out what you're going to spend, work out where you can cut back, and just write it down on a piece of paper, get it out of your mind and see actually a budget. And that's the first step really, because you need to see how much it is you can even save a month. And everybody's different. Everybody might be saving more or less a month, and everybody, when they want to leave their job, they might spend more or less a month. Some people might go from like a 50k a year job to then be happy living in Thailand, working, I don't know, getting 10k a year on their side hustle. Do you know what I mean? Like, cut back on all these like non-necessity items, man. You don't need everything. Do you need this car? Do you need, I don't know, do you need to go football 10 days a month? Do you know what I mean? Like, just little things like that. Do you need to look at where your money's going, man, and just be responsible? And trust me, you'll be able to cut back on a lot of things. I did personally. When I looked at my outgoings, looked at my direct debits, like, I cut back on a lot of things, man, and a lot of things you don't even need. Do you need that Spotify membership? Like, or can you just go on YouTube and get it for free? Like, do you need these things? Like, ask yourself this. That's number 1, man. Number 2 then, so this is going to be create emergency fund / bill fund. Now, I don't like the term emergency fund personally. I don't use the emergency fund, because emergency fund to me is more like my savings anyway. Whether it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I just keep it all in a savings. I like to call it a bill fund, because when I went traveling, or sorry, when I went to live abroad for 3 months, just in the summer, I went to Cyprus, for those of you that don't know. So when I went to Cyprus, I calculated what bills, like if I didn't do anything, if I didn't earn a single penny or do anything, what bills were going to come out of my bank every month for 3 months, because that's how long I was going for. And you quickly find out that maybe it's like, for my example, I think it was £300 or £400, I'll be honest. So including, like, not including rent and stuff, because in Cyprus obviously I was renting, but I was like, that was coming out of my savings as such. But like actual bills, like if bills coming out of my bank from the UK, so for example my YouTube or my Spotify membership or my car tax or things like that, work out these things that are going to come out your bank either way, because then you kind of know what money isn't yours and what money is yours, if that makes sense. Yeah, number 2, quickly, save a bill fund. And I do like the idea of bill fund, I can't lie, I'm just going to keep saying it because I like the idea of a bill fund, man. Just put money aside, man. It doesn't have to be an emergency fund to 3 to 6 months living expenses. Like, that's where your savings come into it, that's where your bulk savings go. But put away like a bill fund. And yeah, if you like that one, then keep using it, man. Now quickly, while I've got your attention, you guys watching this video probably want to improve your life, don't you? You probably want to do these things that are going to improve your mindset and kind of build you as a better, higher value person. I've actually started a newsletter now. It's completely free. It's called Mindset Mondays. If you follow me on my socials, you've probably already heard about it, but I thought I'd just mention it in this video. And all it is, it's an inbox into your email every Monday, 10 AM, and it's 5 minutes worth of reading. And it's called Mindset Mondays because it's about a topic. Like, one of the topics, for example, is productivity and habits. So we talk about habits, and just 5 minutes of reading every Monday where you can, it makes you think, it makes your mind think about the power of a good habit and what a good habit can do for the longevity of your life. Just something to think about for you guys that want to improve your life. I'm not telling you have to join it. I'm not saying join it. But if you want to improve your life and you want to start taking control, the first action, and it's completely free, is to just sign up to my newsletter, man. If you want to do that, the link's going to be in the description. But yeah, let's carry on with the video. Now the third tip is pay off your financial debt, man. Pay off these kind of high interest debts, credit card, loans, things like that. Like, I'm guilty, I've had a loan, I'm guilty of that, don't worry. But we all do these things and we all made these mistakes. I even knew I was making a mistake of getting a loan when I got it, but just the situation I was in, my mind took over me, and that's what I mean about mindset. Like, I shouldn't have let it do that. But we all make these problems, and I understand if you've made this situation in your life, but just focus on paying off your high interest loans, man. If you watch Dave Ramsey, that guy from America, he always says it as well. So yeah, mainly just focus on paying off them, because once you pay off your high interest loans, or once you pay off these payments or whatever, you can then start saving more. But prioritize it. It all comes in like a priority list, and that's probably going to be one at the top. Prioritize paying off your high interest loans, because it's money that isn't even yours. Like, you're just getting charged money for no reason. So if you can, pay it off. Now the fourth tip is going to be explore different sources of income, man. This can be a side hustle, this can be anything that you're working on the side, buying and selling, this can be anything, man. Just explore different options and figure out, rather than just saving money, figure out how you can earn more money. Because realistically, you're going to be, if you've worked out your budget and you're following these steps, you're going to have like a window, like a time frame that you're going to have to stay in your job. So just look at it and be like, right, maybe I'm going to be in my job for the next 6 months. So let me just try and earn a bit of extra money. What can I do in these next 6 months to, don't worry about all my other jobs and all my other stuff, just what can I do to maybe have more money on the side? Because realistically, this is going to boost up your saving game, and who knows, in the end, it could be an additional source of income when you quit your job. It could help you fund your travels, for example, or your new business. Like, you never actually know where it's going to go. So you've got a bit of spare time. In fact, I know a lot of you probably have got spare time. You just don't give yourself the time. Like, everybody's got, even if you work a 9 to 5, you've still got 2 hours of a night time where you're watching TV or you're doing something unproductive. Like, you've got time, you're scrolling on TikTok. So just use this time. If you're serious about quitting and you're serious about kind of building up your financial situation, then be productive, man. Do things that are going to pay you off further down the line. This is 100% something that I definitely did in my situation. Whilst working for the fire service, I was still doing stuff on the side, so like photography, videography. I still had these little like side gigs that were bringing in semi like extra money, but nothing to like brag about. But it was still adding up, and over time it does add up. And before you know it, you've got your first month's expenses for your new place where you're going to live, or you've got your flight to wherever you're going to go. And like, it's all these little things that help you when you first quit your job. Now, the fifth and final tip that I want to talk about is investing wisely. If you have a long-term kind of financial goal and you want to achieve certain things further down the line, then invest in something kind of low risk and kind of for the longer term. Personally, obviously, I'm not giving you financial advice, so I don't think I'm telling you to go and do this or do that. If your parents come to me, if you're a kid and you're watching this and you say, "Oh, Cameron said go and invest," No, I'm not saying do that, but do your own research, man. Do your own research, and there's a lot of ways to make kind of little bits of money here and there where you wouldn't normally expect. So just do your research. Things such as like what I used to do is the S&P 500 index funds, all that kind of stuff. Recently, I say recently, but like a couple of years ago, I got into crypto, and over the years, I've been learning and getting clued up on crypto. Still don't feel like I know a lot about it, but I wouldn't tell anyone to invest in crypto if you don't know anything about it, because they're just stupid. But do your own research and look at other ways, man. Invest your money, because ultimately the money sitting in the bank is just depreciating, isn't it? Inflation's going up, your money's becoming less, the pound's becoming worth less, and it's just sitting in the bank. And really, the bank only have your money in there so they can lend it, and the bank benefit of having your money in the bank. So my opinion is, what I do personally, I'm not saying you should do this, but try not to keep as much money in the bank as you can. That might go against everything that anyone else has ever told you, but I'm just telling you my personal opinion, and I'm telling you what's worked for me. People have this kind of misconception that when you take your money out your bank and you pull it into a low risk index fund or something, that your money's gone and like you've just gambled your money away, when realistically it hasn't gone at all. It's more so just another income source. Like, I see it as another source of income, and that's what helps me in my mind, and ultimately it's the truth, isn't it, I suppose. So let's just do a recap then of the top 5 things that I advise to help build up your financial situation. So number 1, we had creating a budget. Number 2, we had building an emergency/bill fund. Number 3 was pay off debt. Number 4 was explore other additional sources of income. And number 5 was invest wisely. If you're watching this, want to help anyone out, have any other ideas, let me know in the comments. Let anybody else know in the comments of other things that we can do to kind of build our financial situation before quitting our jobs. Obviously, I'm a bit ahead of you guys watching this video, but if you're in a job now and you want to help someone else, or you've done something that's worked for you, or maybe if you're not even in a job, maybe you're watching this video to try and you just stumbled across it, and maybe you want to help people who are in a job, and maybe you've come out of your job, so you've got a bit of advice and a bit of experience to speak on. Let me know in the comments, man. Drop it in there. I want to see everybody communicating and helping each other out, because there's definitely more ways that you can earn more money and put yourself in a better situation, but I can't list them all because I'll be here all day, so I've just kept it short and sweet. If you have enjoyed this video, I actually have made a custom playlist with other videos that are similar to this, and I'll leave it at the end of the video, so make sure you watch that. And also like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. It motivates me to make more of these kind of videos and to help you guys get out the rat race and enjoy your life. And just, we only live once, don't we? So take risks is what I say to everyone, man. Take risks, do what you need to do, and eventually life will just happen. Like, whatever's going to be is going to be, but you're never going to know unless you try. If you want to know where to contact me, the best way is probably Instagram. All that's going to be in the description. It's at Cameron McCleary. Same on TikTok, at Cameron McCleary. But yeah, guys, that has been me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.